Well done, Eddie.
Well done, Eddie. That match ball will be going home with him, obviously stepping in and stepping up as well to score his first Premier League hat-trick, and it finished 5-0 to Arsenal. The second in the table as it stands right now. You definitely won't be seeing Sheffield United anywhere in that top half as it stands. Were you impressed today with what you saw from Arsenal, Frank?
Not at first, but again, it's like for Chelsea, it takes two to tango, and Sheffield, of course, didn't play. They were sitting at the back, and it was hard for Arsenal to find the right spaces and everything, but it was all about, I would say, time, and they did what they had to do. They were more superior. I'm a very big fan of Eddie Nketiah. I mean, the guy doesn't make too much noises, but he's a real talent and feels the game. His control, his finishing on the first goal. The third goal is absolutely fantastic. And they did what they had to do. They were very much superior. They were professional. Don't forget that Sheffield gave a hard time to Manchester City when they played against them. And Arsenal were very professional again. They did what they had to do. They did what we were expecting them to do. Well, 10 out of 10, nothing much to say.
Nketiah seems to divide so much opinion, Stevie. What do you think of him?
Like Frank, I like him. I think his work rate's fantastic. He's looking to run in behind. He looks to combine with his teammates. I'm just not convinced that he's a goal scorer. That's the only thing. He did score 3 great. I mean, the goal he scored today, the first goal was actually a fantastic goal. The first touch was just top-notch, and the finish was top-notch. And the third one, again, top-notch. But he has to be doing that every second game.
So you're not sure he's a consistent goal scorer for Arsenal?
Correct.
He's not. And to question, I don't think opinion is that divided or should be that divided. He's not a like-for-like replacement for Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus, when fit, will start 100 times out of 100. But I think Eddie Nketiah has shown his worth this season, as he did last when Gabriel Jesus went down injured, that he is a good deputy. He's not going to rock the boat too much. He's not going to throw his toys out the pram. But every team needs to have players that they can call on when needed, when injury strikes or whatever it may be. I think Eddie Nketiah has shown himself to be that. Now, again, he's not going to be the player that you build a team around. He's not going to be a like-for-like replacement for Gabriel Jesus. But you know that if Gabriel Jesus needs a rest, if you need somebody to come and lead the line against teams lower down in the league or play in the cup competitions, Eddie Nketiah will give you a shift, and give you a shift without any complaint. And those players are, I think, under-recognised and at times invaluable.
But we've just seen Gabriel Jesus' injury list there. Is Eddie Nketiah enough to be relied upon when Gabby Jesus is out consistently, Frank? Or do they need to go shopping themselves for a striker this January?
It's a tough question. I would say after the game today, no, they don't need anybody. But it's true, it's Sheffield United, so you have to think about it. Oh, I don't think Gabriel Jesus is a fantastic striker as well. He doesn't score many goals. He's very good to holding the ball and finding spaces for the others. But yeah, he's never convinced me as a top striker as well, and it's why maybe he didn't stay at City and maybe didn't play a lot and was mainly replaced by others at City. So I like the fact that players are very committed to what they do and accept the decisions of Arteta. When Nketiah scored the third goal, we saw Gabriel Jesus giving him a standing ovation, so it says a lot about the spirit that they all have for their teammates, even if there is a big competition. But I would say, it's always tricky to add somebody where at some point, you might create discomfort, I would say, in the dressing room because you want to have a better player. You don't know how he's going to put himself into the dressing room and how Nketiah or Gabriel Jesus will accept the fact that there is another competition. So it's a real balance that you have to find.
Names that keep coming up though, Stevie, are Ivan Toney, Victor Osimhen. Is Mikel Arteta looking at that and thinking maybe I do need to go and get one of those players?
You've only got to look at Manchester City. What do? They go and get the best striker on the planet because they've got the money and they can attract players. And Arsenal, if they want to win the Premier League consistently, if they want to win the Champions League and then be consistent in that as well, then you have to always look to better your team. And to bring, if another Haaland comes along and get him in your team, then you do it. And if it means that Jesus isn't happy or Nketiah or anybody else isn't happy, that's just the way the game is. And if you're a manager and you want your team to be the best they can be, if a player becomes available in any position that's better than the one you have, then you have to get them.